Hi, my name is Victoria Brownlee. I'm 23 years old and I'm a final year student at the University of Auckland. I'm studying a Bachelor of Laws and a Bachelor of Arts, majoring in Politics and International Relations, and I currently live in Manhattan, New York, where I'm interning at the United Nations. I had always wanted to intern at the UN, but I knew they got thousands of applications and I did not think I would ever have a chance, but I knew it could be my one shot. So I applied, and after about 7 weeks, I got an email offering me the job. I currently live in the East Village, which is conveniently located only a couple of kilometers from the UN. And I thought I would show you around a little bit. Welcome to my street. This is First Avenue, which stretches almost all of Manhattan. And it is pretty much always busy. It's also loud. I can't remember the last time I had 8 hours of sleep. I think my favorite things about living here are the pace and the scale. It's just absolutely unparalleled. So no matter what it is that you're into, New York has something for you. This is my local supermarket, CVS, which is conveniently open 24 hours a day. They have some really interesting things. How this is food, I don't know. This is a restaurant in my neighborhood devoted to mac and cheese. It wouldn't be New York without some $1 pizza. One of my favorite things about the parks in America is all of the squirrels. People here don't really like them that much, but I think they are so cool. This is where I catch the bus to and from work. Here we are at the city bikes. I use these to get around quite a lot too. And one of the things that really surprised me when I moved here is that it's illegal to ride them on the footpath, but if you want to ride one across a 6-lane highway in the rain with no helmet, that's fine. And of course, who could forget the famous New York subway? This is the conference building of the United Nations. It's the home of the Security Council, the General Assembly, and where all of the member states have their flags. This is the New Zealand flag right here. Welcome to the General Assembly Hall. This is where all of the member states will be gathering later in the year. As you can see behind me, there's a lot of preparation work currently going on for the general debate. This is one of my favourite parts of the UN headquarters. We have some amazing New Zealand art on the walls, and it stretches all the way down the hallway. So we have a pretty strong presence, and our voice is a little bit louder than our size. I'm currently working in the Strategic Planning Unit in the Office for Disarmament Affairs. The Office for Disarmament Affairs is located on the 30th floor of the Secretariat building. As you can imagine, the view from the window is absolutely breathtaking. The SPU works on emerging and cross-cutting issues in disarmament. So some of the things I've been working on include the North Korean nuclear crisis, the underrepresentation of women in disarmament negotiations, and the role that artificial intelligence might play in weapons in the future. Later on this year, I'll also be attending and reporting on the General Assembly and the First Committee on Disarmament and International Security. One of the most exciting moments for me so far was on my very first day, when the group of interns and myself, we all walked through security, we walked across the plaza, and I just thought about how only a few months ago I was there as a tourist on the US leadership tour, and now I work here. It was very surreal and humbling. One of my main inspirations at the UN is Jan Beagle. Jan is a superstar University of Auckland alumna who currently works as the Under Secretary General for Management. I think she's just a really great role model for anyone who has big dreams of changing the world, and that was recognised earlier this year when she was given a Distinguished Alumni Award. It's so cool to be able to work at the UN at the same time as her. In the area of disarmament, I would really like to come up with some strategies to increase the number of women who are in disarmament discussions. I was actually quite surprised to learn when I came here that I'm the first Kiwi woman to ever intern at ODA, and in the average UN meeting on disarmament, there's only about 25% women. I think it's pretty important for young people in New Zealand to get involved with national and international affairs. Because we're such a small, geographically isolated country, we have to think big in order to survive. I think one of the biggest challenges for my generation of young New Zealanders is doubt about what they can achieve, both actual and internal. I think we need to start believing in ourselves. One of the best and worst things about coming from a really small place is that if you have a dream that's maybe unconventional or a little bit different, there won't necessarily be an obvious avenue for you to pursue it. And as daunting as that can be, I think it's also a massive chance to be an innovator and a disruptor. I have been incredibly lucky to have a lot of people who've really helped me along the way to get to the UN. In terms of financial support, the majority of my living costs while I do an unpaid internship are funded through the Peace and Disarmament Education Trust in New Zealand. I also received funding from the Dean's Discretionary Funds from both the Faculty of Law and the Faculty of Arts at the university. And that in particular really means a lot to me because it shows that the university is willing to get behind people who are maybe a little bit weird or different or want to do something slightly unusual. So I think that's cool because it paves the way for other people to come and do stuff like this in the future. In terms of non-financial support, I could go on for hours. I am very fortunate to have amazing friends, family, supportive workplace, and great mentors. When the internship is over, I fly home on Christmas Eve. Fingers crossed my flight does not get delayed. And I'm planning on wrapping up my final 3 papers in summer school 2019. Then I graduate in May, and I'm hoping to come back to New York after that to work in strategy. My long-term goal is to develop an awesome portfolio career and smash a few glass ceilings. Personally, I would like to inspire other people to do what they love and know that they can have an impact on the world, no matter how small.